to other streaming sites that are no longer allowed to be viewed in the state of Texas. Period. There's a
Period.
lot of adult websites that have basically been blocked here in Texas, and it was a surprise to me to hear that we put all these restrictions on it. I'm like, that's weird. That's a weird kind of action to take. I don't know why they made that block. Maybe one of you guys can fill me in, like the age restriction thing, but
Needing the
Thanks,
age
Abbott.
verification, needing you to be 18 and older instead of having kids looking at porn. And the porn sites are saying,
corn
the
corn
Corn,
sites.
yeah, corn sites.
sure. They're saying that
Edit those out later,
Man,
please.
you don't care, bro. You don't. You don't care.
the
You don't care.
the X-rated content makers are
Better.
There
saying
you
you should you should control your kids. Like parents should have control over their kids and make sure that they're not on these websites.
I agree.
And um
It starts at home.
and instead of saying that, to get on here you have to say you're 18, because at this point you could just lie and say I'm 18 because you're not going to ask for a picture of an ID. So yeah, personally, I think it's absurd. I think the government is trying to control too much, but that's just my opinion.
We know why you think it's absurd.
If you age verified, does that allow you access, or is it just blocked period in Texas?
It's blocked period because they're not the adult content sites are saying that we shouldn't have to do an age verification. So when you if you go to it, it comes up and says, because you live in the state of Texas, blah 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 blah. Texas lawmakers have restricted this website, and you cannot have access to this content. So there's certain potentially sites that may give you access, but the majority are not.
And you said you felt like the government was kind of overstepping their boundaries.
I mean, yeah, because why are you trying to control what people do inside of their home? I think parents should have control over their kids. Like if you below 18 as a child, the parents should have control over the device. Like, hey, you're not getting on this. Like we're not doing that. You know what I'm saying? I
How
think
often does that happen, though?
I mean, all the time, bro. Like,
Hey, we do that with my kids' phones. Like they all have it's tracked to my phone. It lets me know if something's trying to be.
You have parental
up.
controls.
Yep,
Yeah, you have parental controls over all devices in your home. So it's down to the parent at that point to make sure that you have all these restrictions in place and you have those parental controls turned on.
Put the damn onus on the parents, because that's where it belongs.
Exactly.
I said it starts at home. Y'all didn't say anything.
Because
Y'all looked at me
when
like
you look at those
crazy.
things, I understand why, the Texas government did what they did in order for them to remove it. Again, I agree with T. I don't think that any government should have control over those things, that it should come back down to the parents. If you know that your kids are looking at certain things or things that they're not supposed to be looking at, that's where you take charge and you step in and you put in those parental controls. You put in restrictions on their electrical devices, on whatever devices they can get that information on. So, I mean, it boils down to the parents taking ownership of that and going, hey, we can stop this. And it avoids all this other messy situation with the government stepping in and going, oh, well, we don't want this here in our state. And then for those, corn sites, as Joe likes to call them, that they don't have to sit back and go, well, since your state is requiring us to do X, Y, and Z, and we don't agree with that, then we just won't provide our services in your state. So it all boils back down to what are you doing in order for you to stop this kind of stuff going on in your state and in your home.
I feel like that you should, as parents, bro, you should control what your children are and aren't exposed to. I mean, especially with technology, how it is now. You know what I'm saying? Like my bro, we had a child come home and say that a preteen was at the school creating adult rated content. You haven't made 13 yet.
Wow.
So
I mean,
you where are you seeing that? Like,
bro.
And I mean, bro, I get it because I was the badass little kid that,
but
like, if I wanted to find something, I was gonna find it. You know what I'm saying?
Bro. But you act like that didn't happen. Well, you're younger than
Bro,
us, T. Hold on.
That didn't happen.
It did happen.
I didn't know nobody at 11 years old saying that they was making adult rated content.
Bro,
at 11, bro.
There were girls pregnant at Adams Middle School, 8th grade. So yes, there was adult content going on,
bro.
Happening.
I didn't say that it wasn't adult stuff happening. I said I didn't know nobody at 11 making videos at 11 at the school. You know, with can I say BJs? doing
fellatio.
Doing that, bro. Like,
it's a different day and age now. Everything is socially driven.
But that's what I'm saying, bro. Like having the access to, having access to those websites, bro. Having access to certain stuff on social media. Like, I just don't feel like that. That's the government's problem. That's the parents' problem, and the parent should parent the kids, and not have, and the kids shouldn't have access to that shit.
I agree,
hey, fam. It's a dangerous. Technology is dangerous, bro. You're walking around with an encyclopedia, a dictionary, a calculator, a camera, a phone,
a computer.
Everything you can imagine in the palm of your hand, literally in the palm of your hand. Imagine the stuff that you have access to now at these younger ages of 13, 14, 15, when your hormones start doing all this chaotic stuff, right? I remember being 13, 14, 15, seeing my first bit of adult content and thinking it was like, wow, like that's
a late bloomer.
I know how you were. I know how you were at that age.
You had to work a little harder for it. It wasn't in the palm of your hand. Pause. No diddy. It was in a page or something like that. As we got older,
under your dad
in the magazine.
Yeah.
As we got older, it was on the computer screen doing this thing, loading.
Boy.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't like, oh, just there it is.
I just want to say something real quick. I want to get this in because y'all say it's on the parents, and it is on it to a certain extent. It's on the parent, making sure that their kids are not looking at things that they shouldn't be looking at. However, these days and age, these kids are smart. There are ways around that. There are ways around turning that off and having it look like it's still on to where y'all don't even notice that they're looking at stuff.
Kids will hide a VPN. You don't even know they're running a VPN. Like, bro, there's a lot of ways around it for sure, and a lot of people are not technologically savvy.
Bro, there's. But why would you make it easy for them? Is what I'm saying. Like, why would you
That's
just
not making
allow
it
it?
easy. There's a
No,
lot
I'm
of
not. I'm not
people.
saying that that's making it easy. What you're naming is making it harder when you restrict the access and you have the parental controls. That makes it harder. But
Correct.
what I'm saying is okay. The parents ain't doing that, so why just make it easy? Like, why
How do
just
we? We
why?
don't know that the parents aren't doing that. That's what the government told us what was
I mean,
going
I'm
on.
not,
Okay.
bro. I'm not saying that the government said that. The only argument that I'm making here is you give the government a little bit of control, and it's going to turn into a lot of control. It's going to go from okay, now we restricted those websites, and we just did that. We created a law, and we did it. So now the next thing we're going to do is this, and it's just going to start the domino effect of shit happening to the adults instead of trying to penalize the kids. And I get it, bro. Like they're trying to cut down on sex trafficking and human trafficking, and that's how a lot of that shit is going happening right now. But at the end of the day, bro, if adults want to look at OnlyFans, if they want to look at Cornhub,
It's too late now.
if they want to look at, if they want to look at the stuff that they want to look at, let them do that. Now, when we get to
T
the
said, "Stop punishing everybody because of these kids."
bro, it's not even just the kids, bro, because I get why they did it. Like for all the reasons I just named: sex trafficking, human trafficking, uh, people looking at minors,
Pedophilia.
yeah, like stuff like that. Like I get it. You trying to cut down on that because that's how all of that stuff kind of ties in together. You know what I'm saying?
You're
But
not, but that's the thing. You're
the,
not
the
going to cut down on it. There's ways around doing it and finding it
I
and
mean, if you're
still
working that
looking at
hard,
it.
you got a problem anyway.
But that's just like people
I
saying
mean,
a
hey,
lot of people a
let's
lot of
not
people
talk
not
about
gonna believe,
problems.
bro. A lot of people not gonna believe that it's a dark web, but there's a dark web. Does the world know how to access the dark web? I can guarantee you that 90% of people don't know how to access that.
I can guarantee you more than 10% of people know how to access the dark web.
I can say 10%.
It
I
I'm
then 90 doesn't.
more
But
than
nah, bro. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
all you gotta do, bro. Google is your friend. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah,
But
but if you looking at how to get on the dark web,
On
then you
Google,
know
googling how to access
then
the
you
dark
know that
it's
the
there.
government is gonna be like, I'm about to come get your ass
Yeah,
because you
They ain't
already
gonna do
looking for
shit.
you're getting
like
flagged.
you have to be the dumbest
Yeah,
MF to be doing
That's
that,
that's the biggest fucking red flag I've ever heard in my
how to
life.
commit crimes. Let
bro.
me
Like
Google that.
your criminal your your criminal career is over before it started. Looking at dumb stuff like that, bro.
Huh? If there
www.darkweb.com.
if
It's got to be it.
if you want to find it, you're
That's
gonna
got to be
find a
it.
way to
I mean,
find it.
yeah.
Period. Point blank. Period. All
I'll just
these
go to
restrictions
darkgoogle.com.
and locks and blocks and all this shit is not. It doesn't matter. If you want to look at it, you're gonna look at it. Plain and
Hey,
simple.
man, all I can say is take your dumb A out there and look up
We know because
how to get on.
we saw someone's homepage. We know. If you want to look
All you're
at
gonna
it,
hear is a knock at the fucking door.
Hey, everybody on here,
Hey,
go to Google and look up how to get on the dark web, and then
yeah.
come
Get the
back
fuck
here
on
and
the
tell me
ground
how that
now.
works.
Don't tell them we sent you to do that though.
No,
tell them T two Trill told you to go look this up.
Fantastic. Darkgoogle.com. Got it.
So what I said before, take your dumb A and go try it and see how that work out for you.
Fantastic.
Come on, bro. Your criminal career is over if you do that.
Just give these people back their adult entertainment.
Like,
In the
let
words
us
of
look at
T,
things. Come on,
unblock
bro.
my shit.
Like the good Lord intended. Anyway,
oh Lord.